Hi everyone, in this video I will be discussing the answer key for science and technology and its related current affairs for the set A question of the UPSC which has been conducted today. So, the first question in this area science and technology, this is the question. Consider the following: Arogya Setu, Cowin, DigiLocker, Diksha. Which of the above are built on top of open source digital platforms? Open source digital platforms. So on top of this, which and all built? That is the question. So here Arogya Setu is a open source platform only. Cowin, DigiLocker, Diksha. See, all the apps and online platforms all comes under the open source digital platform. So option for this question is D. This is the correct option for D is the option for this question. What is this open source digital platform? So it is a software code. Everybody, anyone, anywhere can use this code and modify it as per the requirement. So it is open to anybody. That is the meaning of this open source digital platform. So all these things comes under open source digital platform only. The next question, question number 32. With reference to Web 3.0 or Web 3, consider the following statements. Web 3 technology enables people to control their own data. In Web 3 world, there can be blockchain based social networks. The third statement says Web 3 is operated by users collectively rather than a corporation. So which of the statements given above are correct? That is the question. So what is this Web 3? It is the third generation internet service through the web. So it is actually blockchain based technology, where in the web 1 there will be website, we go and we get the information. In web 2, in the web 2 category, in the web 2 where we also, the users also contribute some amount of information. So like your social media platforms, that is what web 2. So whereas in the case of web 3, users can have the ownership of some of the applications or platforms, and it is the technology based on blockchain technology. And when it comes to blockchain technology, this option web 3 is operated by users collectively rather than corporation. So in web 2 and all, some of the companies managing the websites, whereas in the case of web 3, so it is the users going to contribute to more, and he is going to have the ownership stake. So in that case, this statement is correct. And in web 3 world, there can be blockchain based social network. Yes, it is a technology based on blockchain technology, and web 3 technology enables people to control their own data. So they can control their own data. All the statements are correct statements in this case. So option D, all are correct statements. Option D is the correct one for this question number 32. Question number 33. With reference to software as a service, consider the following. Software as a service, where you can access the software as a service through the connection of internet. Wherever you are, no need to exclusively upload the software. Just by connecting to the internet, you can access this service, the software service. For example, your email is Gmail or Google, Hotmail. Those are example of this software as a service. Okay, in that case, software as a service, buyers can customize the use interference and can change data fields. This is the correct statement. So though you are using the software as a service from another platform, you can modify that interface as per your need, individual need, and also you can change the data fields. So this is the correct statement. Software as a service, users can access the data through their mobile phone, any device. If it is connected to internet and any device, you can access the software as a service. So in this case, this is also correct statement. And Outlook, Hotmail, Yahoo Mail are forms of software as a service. In the beginning I told these are the examples of software as a service. So in that case, all three statements are correct statement, which means the option is going to be which of the above statement are given above are correct only, that is the question. So all three are correct. So all three statements are correct with respect to that question. Option D is the answer for this question. And then question number 34. This question talks about what? Which one of the following statement best reflect the idea behind the fractional orbital bombardment system? Fractional orbital bombardment system. What is this system? So it is initially developed by Russia in 1960, where they send the payloads and the warheads to the low Earth orbit. So from there, without, they may not say where the target is. So just the missile or warhead will be in the lower Earth orbit, it will be revolving, and suddenly it deorbit, it will hit the particular place on the Earth. So till it's Earth, till it's hit the Earth, we may not know where, the path of the missile or warhead. So that is what this fractional orbital bombardment system is. In that case, so what are the things they have given here? So a hypersonic missile is launched into space to counter the asteroid. No, it is not going to counter the asteroid approaching the Earth and explode it in space. No, it is not a DART program. It is DART program. No, it is not so. A spacecraft lands on another planet after making several orbital motions. This is also not. So what I explained earlier, it is not matching with the explanation of mine earlier. So these two statements are wrong. A missile is put into stable orbit around the Earth and deorbits over a target on a Earth. This is what I explained earlier. So this is the meaning. So first the missile will be put on the stable orbit, the lower Earth orbit, and then afterwards it will just find a target, it will hit a target on the Earth. Okay, till it hits the target on the Earth, we may not know the path of the missile. So the fractional orbital bombardment system, this is the meaning of that. So of course this is the correct statement and this is not the correct one. A spacecraft moves along a comet with the same speed and the places prone on its surface. No, it is not the correct statement. So 34th question, option C, this is the correct one. And 35th question, which one of the following is the context in which the term qubit is mentioned? Qubit, I have discussed many times in the class also. So qubit, so it is related to, by just seeing the option, it is related to quantum computing. Qubit, the normal bits, normal classical computer works on 0 and 1, whereas in the case of qubit, it works on 0, 1 and 0 and 1 simultaneously. That is why its computing capacity is very high when compared to the classical computer. So it is related, qubit related to quantum computing. You no need to look up the other options also here, just straight away it is straight question, simple question. And question number 36, consider the following communication technologies. So a question based on communication technology: closed circuit television, CCTV, radio frequency identification, wireless local area network. Which of the above are considered short range devices or technologies? Short range devices are called radio devices or radio based technologies. So in that case, what is the question? Which of the above are considered short range devices? CCTV, radio frequency identification, wireless local area network. All these things comes under short range technology only. So in that case, for that question, option D is the correct answer. So question number 37, consider the following statements. The statements are about biofilms. Biofilms can form on medical implants with human tissues. Biofilms can form on food and it is on food and food processing surfaces, biofilms can exhibit antibiotic resistance. So what is this biofilms? Biofilms are formed by uh, uh, a cluster of microorganisms where the cells will be sticky cells, they combine together and they form a surface kind of things. Okay, so that is what biofilms. So this biofilms where under it can form, that is the question, that is what they have given in the statements. So biofilms can form on medical implants within human tissues. Yes, it can be formed on the medical implants which is in the human tissue. So this statement is a correct statement. Biofilms can form on, this is on food and food processing surfaces. Yes, the biofilms can also be formed on food and food processing surfaces, and biofilms can exhibit antibiotic resistance. Yes, it is a property of biofilms. So all the three statements are correct statements with respect to biofilms. So the question is about which are correct only. So in that case option D is the correct option for this. Question number 37, option D is correct, and many of the science and technology based question in this time, many of the answers are D only. So if you have put answer D, you would get many questions correctly in science and technology area. Okay, consider the following statement in respect of probiotics. Probiotics, they are, see first statement, probiotics are made up of both bacteria and yeast cell. Correct, bacteria and yeast cells, and the organisms in probiotics are found in foods we ingest, but they do not naturally occur in our gut. No, they do occur naturally in our gut, which means this is, till this it is correct, but they say they do not naturally occur in our gut. No, they do naturally occur in our gut, which means this statement is wrong statement. So next, probiotic help in the digestion of milk sugars. So yes, it helps in the digestion of food items and also sugar items. So in that case this is correct statement, which means the second statement is wrong, first statement, third statement is correct. So which means option C is the correct for this one. Option C is the correct one for this question. So the second statement is wrong, 1 and 3 are correct. The next one, question number 39, in the context of vaccine manufactured to prevent COVID-19 pandemic, consider the following statements. They have given three statements here. The Serum Institute of India produced COVID-19 vaccine named Covishield using mRNA platform. So this is where the twist. So it is not based on mRNA, it is based on vector based platform. So viral vector based platform. So it is not mRNA based platform. Other things are correct. It is Serum Institute of India. So Covishield correct, and it is not mRNA based, it is vector, viral vector based. Therefore this statement is wrong statement. Then Sputnik V vaccine is manufactured using, see when you eliminate this one, straight away will get the answer. One is not the correct one. Therefore what the options, if you look at it, only 2 and 3, and 2 and 3 are correct statements here. Sputnik 5 or V vaccine is manufactured using vector based platform. Yes, and Covaxin is an inactivated pathogen based vaccine. So I've asked many questions based on types of vaccine. This time they asked. Okay, so that means what? This is a wrong statement. 2 and 3 are correct statement. So which means option B is the answer for this question. Option B is the answer for the question number 39. And then question number 40. If a major solar storm, solar flare reach the earth, which of the following are the possible effects on the earth? So when the sun explodes and some of its the impacts, some of what are the effects, that is what the question. So when the sun explodes, that is what we call a solar storm. So when the solar storm happens, what would be the effect? So what would be the effect here? When the solar storm happens, it definitely going to affect the atmosphere of the earth. So in what way it is going to affect? It might affect the satellites orbiting the earth and some of the communication system, right? So in that sense we have to look at this statements, right? So GPS and navigation system could fail. Yes, This is one of the effect. Power, see, tsunami could occur at the equatorial regions of the earth. No, tsunami, when the solar storm occurs, the tsunami could occur on the sun, not in the earth. So in that case, this statement is wrong statement. Power grids could be damaged, and intensity with this is wrong statement. And straight away, if you just keep reading the other one, forest fires could take place over much of the planet. No, this will not happen. So this is not going to be the impact of the solar storm. Other things are correct. So you have to eliminate 2 and 5. You have to look for the option which is not containing 2 and 5. If you look at the option which is not containing 2 and 5, it is going to be C. C is the correct option for this question. Okay. Other things are correct. Short wave radio communication of the aircraft flying over polar region could be interrupted. Orbits of the satellite could be disturbed. This is what I said earlier. And intense auroras could occur over much of the earth. All these things could happen. These two statements are wrong statement, 2 and 5. So in that case, option C is the correct one for this question number 40. Then we will move on to the question number 97. The question number 97 is about the basic cells, B cells and D cells. I have asked many times the question based on B cells and D cells. Of course, these are what white blood cells which help in the immunity system. So ultimately, it is the purpose of B cell, D cell. B cell going to produce antibody, T cells going to what? Going to kill the compromised cells in our body. So in that case, it is actually going to protect the body from disease caused by pathogens. So this is the correct answer for this question. So the question is about statements best describe the role of B cells. So it B cells and T cells, B cell, T cells, the purpose just for the immunity purpose. So in that case, all other things, they protect the body from environmental agents. No, it is not related to the alleviate the body's pain and inflammation. No, it is not correct. And they act as immunosuppressants in the body. No. Okay. So they are going to help in the immunity of the body. So in that case, it is going to protect the body from the disease caused by the pathogens. So this is the correct statement for this question. I mean correct answer, option D. Consider the following statement, question number 98. Other than those made by humans, nanoparticles do not exist in nature. No, they do exist in nature through volcanic eruptions and many other means. So in that case, first statement is wrong statement. That's it. And first statement is wrong statement. Nanoparticles of some metallic oxides are used in the manufacture of some cosmetics. Many of the cosmetic items are produced through the use of nanoparticles. So in that case, second statement is correct statement, metal or non-metal, and some of metallic oxide, metal and metal oxides are used to produce the cosmetic, which are in turn used what? Nanoparticles. The nanoparticles of some commercial products which enter the environment are unsafe for humans. Yes, it is the disadvantage of the nanoparticle. When it enters the environment, it is going to affect the environment. Therefore, your statement 1 is wrong, statement 2 and 3 are correct. Therefore, what? The option is going to be 2 and 3. Option is 2 and 3, which means option D, statement 2 and 3 are correct. Option D is the correct statement for this question. So question number 99, consider the following statements. DNA barcoding. So what is DNA barcoding can be a tool to which of the following here? So assess the age of the plant or animal, distinguish among species that look alike, identify undesirable animal or plant material in processed food. DNA barcoding, it is just using a segment of DNA to identify certain species. That's it. It is used to identification of certain species using a segment of DNA of that particular species. This is the purpose or use of DNA barcoding. So in that sense, if you look at the question, which would be, it is not going to assess the age of the plant or animal. So in that case, this statement is wrong. If you eliminate the statement, 1 is wrong, then you have to see this is the distinguish among species that look alike. identification of species is the purpose of DNA barcoding. Therefore, this statement is correct. And identify undesirable animal or plant material in processed food. This is also correct statement. So 2 and 3 is the correct one for this question, which means option D is the answer for this question. Option D is the answer for question number 99. So these are the answers for the questions related to science and technology region. Thank you.